it is very important to see the big difference between being nice and being really loving. Being nice is playing to the rules of society, and being really loving can sometimes look from the outside like being cool, or being even, maybe some people call it egotistical. Because being loving means being loving to yourself and to others, and to have the self-love and the love for others in a good balance. And I would say prioritize your self-love, your true self-love. And it can look like being not nice to others if you are really loving yourself. And sometimes that is necessary, and that is the most loving thing that you can do. So it is important that we ask ourselves what is really loving, and that we don't follow a concept that is given to us by society, but that we question that, and that we look for ourselves, what feels true to ourselves. For example, in a relationship or a friendship, it needs to feel good. It needs to feel like, yes, I want to be in this friendship, I want to be in this relationship. Or, of course, sometimes there can be topics that are in the way, but you feel the basis is good. Then, of course, it is about clearing these topics and working on ourselves or talking with the other person. But sometimes something feels off, and it can be that we like this other person really very much, and they like us too. But sometimes the paths are not leading in the same direction, or maybe somebody is faster in his or her development. And with friendships, it can sometimes be like clothes that are really beautiful, but if you grow out of it, they do not fit, even if there's nothing wrong with the clothes. And it is important that we see that honesty in this case is a loving approach. It is not loving to stay in a friendship that feels somehow off, but the other person will not perceive it as loving if you say you don't want to be in this friendship any longer. But it is the most loving thing that you can do. And it is not a lack of love, but it is a clarity. There is so much emphasis on logic in our society, but when it comes to friendships, sometimes logic goes out of the window. Sometimes I have the feeling people act only emotional without looking from a logical standpoint, because energy is energy, and energy needs to match that you feel good. And sometimes some people are not in your energy, vibe. They have a different vibe, and you can be in their vibe, and so for you are somehow abandoning your true vibe, and you're making yourself fit into their frequency, into their vibe, but you are not honest and true and loving to yourself in that moment, you know. And in that case, it is the most loving thing to be, the most loving thing to be true and honest to yourself, and to respect yourself that much that you see, okay, I feel this is not a big yes anymore, even if you like this person. If you feel it is not the frequency you want to be in, it can hold you back so much. And if you allow yourself to set yourself free, and if you can show the other person through talking about these example of that somebody wants to go in a country, that does not mean if this person wants to live in another country that they are going there because they want to go away from the people that live in the country they were before, but they want to go there. And maybe you can give them some examples that they can understand. It is not so much about them, but honestly, from my experience, people take it personally. So be prepared that they will shoot against you, and they will not completely understand your standpoint, and don't try to get some validation from them for your decision, or for this step, you know. Try to understand that it will hurt them in most of the cases, and most people react some kind of negative, and you don't have to take it personally if they do something or say something that is not really nice. But just know that it is a step for you. You showing up for yourself and being loving to yourself and setting yourself free. And this is loving in that moment, and it is not nice. And sometimes it's very good to be not nice. And also when it comes to receiving and putting ourselves first, sometimes that does not look nice, but it is loving. And it is very important that we embrace this darker side of us. I say dark because it is the strong side that can be very direct and can be very strong and can hold the boundary and can be sometimes a little bit, or maybe very cold. But this is necessary, that we combine consciousness and love if we want to be really loving, it is not only a blind kind of love. A blind kind of love is like giving love to everybody and not taking care if it hurts us or if people value it or not. This is something then that would not represent true love, because if we want to be true love, we need to value ourselves first, and we need to show ourselves that it is precious if people have the possibility to be with us, to connect with us, and that we don't take ourselves for granted. And if we give ourselves this love by respecting the boundaries that we truly feel, because we can try to ignore them, but then we are even not honest to the other person, and it is even not loving to them. Maybe they like it more if we stay there, but it is not loving because it is not honest. And we also do them a disservice by staying in a connection that does not feel true. And if we step up and we say, okay, I go my way, I am true and honest to what I feel, it is a chance for them to also decide maybe to also level up in their life, because maybe they need to see something, and you can be the one who confronts them with this topic they need to see, and that is maybe a kind of help for them to evolve even more. And when it comes to this topic of being nice or being loving, it is also about not shying away from showing people your greatness, your light. You don't need to play small. You don't need to dim your light to make others feel better. You have felt it, that they felt better if you don't look that pretty, if you don't are that successful, but allow yourself to take for yourself what is good for you, because if you are fulfilled from the outside, you are in resonance with people who are also fulfilled from the inside, and then you have so much love to give and you receive so much love, and that is true love. And that does not compare to being nice. And we want to embody this true love, and it takes a lot of courage. It is every day so many decisions that you decide to choose out of love and joy instead out of fear. Stop this hiding. And I know it is not easy, because we have been judged so much. It is not easy to show yourself as you really are. But the other people do not define who you are. They cannot decide your worth. You are the only one who can decide who you are. They have nothing to say in this. And if you know your worth and you express it and you allow yourself to live your full potential and to go for your success and to not shrink and not hide away, then you are serving people so much, because others who are very loving and have dimmed their light see you and go, oh, she allows herself to be that great. He allows himself to really go for his success and really shine his light and be his biggest version or her greatest version. And they see you as an example and they free themselves through you by seeing you. You don't even have to do anything. Just by your energy, you free people. And this is an important gift that you are here to bring to these people. And you rather want to give this gift to yourself and to these people who are really loving than to take care of the people who are not that nice to you, who try to bring you down so that they feel better about themselves because you don't rise up. No. No, we are not playing this game anymore, right? We can stop that. And we allow ourselves to face our fears and does not let them stop us by showing ourselves more. And then we attract the right people and we are loving, really, really loving. And that fulfills us with happiness. And that makes the whole humanity shining more with light if we are this example. Have a nice day.